for the win is scheduled for one fall, and it is for the Invictus Pro Wrestling Social Media Championship.
Here comes PJ Savage. As you said, Pete, a year ago, he won that climb for the clout briefcase. And now, cashing it in ahead of time, which gave Ben Bishop a month and some change to prepare for the Savage one.
That is right, the first time that the Invictus climb for the clout briefcase has been cashed in ahead of time. We saw the first winner of that briefcase, MCM, cash in on a sneak attack on then social media champion Big Game Leroy with the help of then friend and partner Big Trouble Ben Bishop.
That is indeed correct. You're definitely a historian, Pete. The Savage and Big Trouble Ben Bishop set the hook up.
PJ Savage, about a month and a half ago at the Bronx Brewery, said, I want to do this like a man. I want to step to you like a man. But he also said, because I want to beat you
like a man.
Like a man.
As we see streamers galore being thrown into the ring for PJ Savage. You think we're here in the Tokyo Dome watching the Young Bucks.
Well, we are Kevin Kelly's favorite backup commentary team.
That is true.
Hashtag InBloom3 on social media. And here comes
oh boy,
Big Trouble, Ben Bishop.
The last thing you want to do is come to New York with a Boston jersey on.
I mean, at least we wouldn't have booed him so hard if he would have come with a Braves jersey.
I mean, Queens is only 10 minutes away.
Man.
I hate Chipper Jones to this day. Big Trouble Ben Bishop, who's been a fighting champion. He has even defended that social media championship in promotions outside of New York.
Yes, outside of Invictus. The only champion to do so. The third social media champion in the history of Invictus Pro Wrestling.
It was Big Game Leroy, then MCM, and then Ben Bishop.
That's right, Big Game Leroy held that title for a year. One whole year. Then MCM, and then Big Trouble Ben Bishop, I should say. You know what's interesting, Alphonse? To this day, and I've called a lot of PJ Savage matches in the last couple of years. But the man's been making the round. How many times have you seen that?
Where somebody was bigger than
PJ Savage have to look up at an opponent.
It's been a long time. Last time somebody outweighed and towered over PJ was Shane Taylor. Chance of Boston
when the
sucks.
bell rings, the man in command of the action, Invictus Pro Wrestling official, cue the ref. Introducing first in the corner to my left. Tonight, he is cashing in his 2022 Climb for Clout briefcase, which tonight makes him officially the challenger. From New York City, weighing in this evening at 250 pounds, for he is Savage, PJ Savage!
And do you hear the ovation, Pete, for PJ Savage here in the Bronx?
Introducing his opponent in the corner to my right. Sponsored by Grow Gang Inc. Standing at 6 feet, 12 inches tall, and weighing at 15% of a weighing in at 15% of a metric ton, and hailing from anywhere but the Bronx, New York. He is the current reigning and defending Invictus Wrestling social media champion. This is Big Trouble Ben Bishop.
Ben Bishop, nowhere near a fan favorite tonight. The last time we saw Ben Bishop, we were in the Bronx Brewery. He successfully retained that title against Carly Bravo of the Infantry from Ring of Honor. But PJ Savage, time for the Clout briefcase holder, cashing in tonight. As you mentioned, the first person to cash in ahead of time, which that's to the advantage of Ben Bishop. Gives Ben Bishop a whole month to study tape of PJ Savage, which PJ's been all over the place as of late. There's plenty of footage out on PJ Savage. Here in our main event, Ben Bishop jump-starting this thing. And I think, do you think Ben Bishop may sense that his title reign might come to an end tonight?
Listen, you know, I don't think Ben Bishop is scared of anyone. I don't think Ben Bishop is afraid of any opponent. I don't think Ben Bishop walks into a match putting himself at a mental disadvantage, thinking this might be the end of his title reign. But I also think Ben Bishop is very smart enough to realize that PJ Savage is a formidable challenger for that championship. PJ Savage has won championships in multiple companies in a very short span of time. PJ Savage is riding a rocket ship right now in his career. So I think Ben Bishop very much knows that PJ Savage is going to do everything in his power and give every ounce of fight he has to try and win this championship.
And not to mention, look at the momentum that PJ Savage has been on in the last couple of months. Of course, and we want to give a shout out to one of our sister promotions, Titan Championship Wrestling. He's a heavy hitter there. Of course, he's been involved all over the place as PJ Savage. I think Ben Bishop knows that. Hence why he's trying to do anything he can to get an advantage, including dropping PJ Savage on that guardrail there.
These two men fighting on the outside.
PJ Savage now on the offensive. Hammering away now. PJ Savage, like you said earlier, wants to do this like a man. PJ Savage cashed in ahead of time. A whole month ahead of time. Whereas when MCM cashed in, it was a sneak attack.
And MCM did win that social media championship with the help of Big Trouble Ben Bishop. It was a sneak attack of Ben Bishop onto Big Game Leroy that allowed for MCM to actually win that championship.
Here we go, and the pace of this match has slowed tremendously, but Ben Bishop over the top rope with that clothesline.
And it's not very often you see somebody take Ben Bishop off of his feet. PJ Savage is going to have to utilize his power game, just like he's doing right now, to keep Ben Bishop off kilter, to keep him off his feet. I think that'll be exactly what Savage would need to do to win this championship. Ben Bishop is not a guy who's used to having to fight from behind.
Oh, and wow, and hammering away on the knee of Ben Bishop is PJ Savage, and that's actually smart. How do you bring down the house? You start at the foundation. Ben Bishop can't do much damage if he can't walk. PJ Savage
and again,
in control.
That height is usually an advantage for someone when you're almost 7 feet tall, but at the same time, that height can be a disadvantage if they start to chop down the metaphorical tree. It's a lot harder for you to get back up to a vertical base. It takes a lot longer. It takes a lot more energy, and now you might have a broken hand.
Yeah, he chopped that ring post very hard.
Now PJ rolling Ben Bishop back inside the ring. Ref Q has been very liberal with these two men, has let some action happen on the outside.
Well, as an official and somebody who's refereed their fair share of main event championship matches, you never want a match of this magnitude to end on a countout or a disqualification. So sometimes you gotta loosen up the reins a little bit and let them fight. Not anything too egregious to let them take advantage of the rule book. Cover now, Ben Bishop looking to retain only a 2 count.
And again, you see how hard it is for Ben Bishop to get back up to a vertical base when he's down.
Yep.
It is a lot harder to move that 7-foot frame because you are 7 feet tall.
That is right.
You're not kipping up. You're not getting up super quick. You're not rolling up. It is a slow, deliberate process. And every single time that he is knocked down, every single time he expends more energy, the longer this match goes, the harder it is going to be for Ben Bishop.
That is correct. Here we go, cover. Only a 2.
Again, these two fighting for the social media championship here in the main event of In Bloom 3 live at St. Helena's Church in the Bronx, New York. We have seen 3 championship matches tonight, and we have seen 3 champions retain.
That is
we have
correct.
seen Ken Broadway retain the grand championship against Nikolai White.
Fight or Die retain the tag team titles.
That's right, and we saw Clara Carreras retain the women's championship in an open challenge against a returning Anastasia Morningstar.
Will Ben Bishop complete the sweep of the champions, or will he fall victim
Whoa!
to the Savage one?
Big neck breaker there by Ben Bishop. Not something you see a 7-footer usually break out of their arsenal. Also tonight we saw a new owner of the Climb for the Clout briefcase, Jay Bougie.
Somebody who myself, yourself, Nick Goutman, and Alex Aceta did not want to see win that title.
Not at all, but Jay Bougie is the Climb for the Clout briefcase winner, meaning that as of tonight, he has 1 year until In Bloom 4 to decide when and where he would like to cash in that briefcase and for what title. Savage missed that senton, something he's hit many a time, weakened many an opponent with.
PJ Savage, I don't remember the last time that he's taken this much punishment in a match. Usually very dominant.
I can say the same for Bishop. It's been a long time since I've seen Ben Bishop get manhandled and get this tired and be this beat up by an opponent. Usually, Ben Bishop, I mean, listen, Carly Bravo was a tough opponent for him.
Yep.
But at the end of the day, Ben Bishop was still able to kind of have his way with Carly Bravo to some degree. He has not been able to truly do that with PJ Savage here tonight.
Ben Bishop slowed the pace of this match down and methodically just taking his time with PJ Savage. Shot to the head. When's the last time you've seen PJ on his knees like that?
Not very often. It is not very often that PJ Savage takes punishment from an opponent. As you said, the last time we've seen that here at Invictus, it was at the hands of Shane Taylor and STP.
That's right. Oh, and what a double-handed chop by Ben Bishop.
Bishop whipping Savage into the corner. And Savage ate that buckle tight on the spine.
PJ Savage, no worse for wear here. Ben Bishop just taunting PJ. I think he should stay on him instead of...
Yes, especially because the way Ben Bishop is breathing, he's not exactly in the greatest of physical shape right now. He's a bit beat up. He's a bit tired. Remember, Bishop had to fly in from Georgia today prior to this match.
That's a long way from the Bronx. PJ now on the second rope.
I don't remember the last time I saw somebody body slam Bishop like that. Splash off the top. Savage splash. But Savage did not have enough to stay on top for the pin.
He couldn't capitalize.
I think that could have won Savage the championship had he been able to capitalize on a pinning situation off that Savage splash.
I agree. And did you see the hang time he got on that splash?
Right here, we'll see it. Picture-in-picture replay, second rope, Savage splash. But again, could not continue on into the cover on Bishop.
That's just how exhausted these two are.
That may be a blessing in disguise for Bishop. Went for a version of the Savage knee.
And got chopped down with a clothesline. You hear this crowd here in St. Helena is firmly behind PJ Savage.
But again, we spoke about this in the Grand Championship match. The champion's advantage. PJ has to be the one to pin or submit Ben Bishop in order to win that championship here tonight.
That's right.
Ben doesn't need to beat PJ.
PJ's got to beat Ben.
But speaking about beating Ben, you gotta wonder if maybe cardio and tiredness and fatigue is starting to affect Ben. He's moving a bit slower with both his strikes and his gait around the ring. See here, breathing heavy as he's moving, as he walks closer to PJ.
Wow, and PJ Savage firing back. A shoulder takedown, that's not going to take Ben Bishop down, especially with PJ Savage in this fatigued state.
Right.
And now a sleeper, it looks like.
And an interesting move here from Ben Bishop.
But it's a smart move. PJ Savage is already fatigued. What better way to beat him than to put him to sleep?
This is very true. Also, the added height advantage for Ben Bishop gives him a little bit of more leverage on that sleeper hold.
To cinch it in.
He's got Savage down. Savage looked like he's fading.
Looks like he's catching some Z's.
Referee Q at a check of 2.
No!
Savage fighting back with what I don't know. Talk about moxie. Talk about strength. Possible last gasp effort by PJ Savage. He got Bishop up.
PJ looks like he's emptying out the tank.
That's what you're going to need to do if you want to win the championship here at Invictus. I don't care what championship it is, but to become a champion, you got to be willing to give everything you've got. Bishop now on only one good wheel.
PJ Savage, Ben Bishop. I think it's going to come down to really who wants it more.
Going for that knee and staying on that knee, that left knee of Ben Bishop, trying to take out the legs, trying to take out the support system of Ben Bishop. When you want to take a building down, they don't place detonating explosives up in the middle floors or at the top floors. They place the detonating explosives around the base and foundation of the building, and it crumbles inward. And the same logic applies to the big man, Ben Bishop. You see the attack being focused on the knee, on the legs, on the foundation of Bishop.
And like I said earlier, the best way to bring the house down is to start at the foundation. Nobody ever chopped the tree down at the top.
Nope.
PJ Savage focusing on those legs, those long legs of Ben Bishop. Maybe going for a figure 4. He is.
Figure 4 by PJ Savage. We've said this a lot tonight. Not exactly a move you expect to see in the repertoire of the Savage one.
Can Ben Bishop get out of the figure 4? Can he roll over maybe? Oh no, and PJ, I don't think he got it all the way cinched in, but still maintains control of the leg. Oh, he's going for it again. Ben Bishop writhing in pain. Writhing in pain, and you know that figure 4 is going to take an effect on your ankles and your knees. And those are 2 areas where if you're a big man like Ben Bishop, those are 2 areas you do not want hurt.
Definitely not. You do not want to have a bum wheel. Going for the Savage, knee connects. Savage knee connects, but what an unexpected turn of events. Ben Bishop rolling out of the ring. That Savage knee has brought many a victory for PJ Savage, but Ben Bishop having the wherewithal to roll outside of the ring and not allow himself to be in a position to be pinned.
And titles cannot be won or lost on the outside, as you know, Pete. PJ Savage, though, taking his time.
PJ getting Ben Bishop back in the ring.
PJ now. Oh no, and Ben Bishop, on the way down, he slapped the referee inadvertently and got a low blow on PJ, and there's the big boot. Saying that's it, it could be it.
Big boot connected, drop PJ.
Who would have thought Ben Bishop taking a shortcut? Uh-oh, huge power bomb.
Now look for the big trouble there, got it, connected.
The ref Q, he took that thumb to the eye.
Ref trying to get a position for the count. 1, 2.
And PJ kicked out. And I think if the referee hadn't been poked in the eye and had been recovering, that might have been 3. Would have been able to administer a better count. I've been there before, I can tell you from experience. And you hear this crowd in St. Helena's chanting PJ Savage, much to the dismay of Ben Bishop.
Bishop hit that big trouble. PJ Savage kicked out at 2. It was the big trouble that won him the social media championship.
That's
right.
right.
It was the big trouble that got him a win over Carly Bravo.
That's right.
Unable to put away PJ Savage with it though. And Ben Bishop jaw-jacking with the fans here in the front row.
Not smart. Oh man, talking a whole heap of trash, but PJ caught that hand.
Well, that's a savage way to get out of trouble. Beautiful suplex by Savage. Savage finding a third, a fourth wind. Pulling it from the heavens. Savage knee. Savage knee, but Bishop is still up. A second Savage knee, the cover on Bishop. And we have got a new social media champion and Invictus.
History has been made, ladies and gentlemen. PJ Savage, your new Invictus social media champion.
It took not 1, but 2 Savage knees back to back at the end of a long and grueling battle. The second one right there in our picture-in-picture replay on IWTV. And the 1, 2, 3 ends the reign of Ben Bishop as Invictus social media champion. And ladies